today's video, you guys are going to learn some of my favorite self-developmental tips and tricks designed to help you awaken the beast within and grow into the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. However, before we delve into today's topic and video, I want to let you know that the Kaizen Effect is now offering a limited low price on some of our legendary life coaching services. So if you watch today's video, jive well with the content, want more motivation, want to learn how to forge your life's purpose and project it into your everyday life, then you can check out our life coaching services by clicking the card right here or clicking the link in the description below. Thank you for your support and enjoy today's video. Alright, so right now I'm actually at the train tracks, which were behind Henry David Thoreau's house. And up to this point in this video, you know the role that faith plays in your journey, okay? It's the operative word. It's that one ingredient that takes all the different puzzle pieces to the life you want to lead, puts them together, figures out where they go, how they interact with one another, and uses that to make stuff happen and manifest your wildest dreams right in front of your eyes. So now what I want to do is provide some strategies for you that allows you to get engaged in your journey and buy into it such that you have faith that allows you to be cemented in what you're doing and make it happen, to give you that last ingredient to pull everything together and manifest your wildest dreams right in front of your eyes. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to give you an extreme example of creating faith, okay? And this is the idea of burning the boats and cutting the rope behind you that's tied to whatever you came from, your past, and whatever you're holding on to. So the idea behind this is that it's actually something that grew out of, I believe it was Rome. So I'm going to give you the story behind it. During a war, what happened was some general, I guess, he had his army on a boat, went to the area that he wanted to take over, to conquer, to fight, unloaded his men, and what he thought was, if I leave these boats here, there would be something behind that my men could retreat to. So what happens if I burn the boats? Would that motivate them to try harder? Of course it's going to motivate them to try harder, because when you burn the boats, when you take away your escape route, when you take away what you're cemented to in the past behind you, then the only thing that is left is what is in front of you, your future, what you're doing now. And as a result, you're going to be motivated to push, to fight hard, and to give it your all, because that's all you have left. If you don't give it your all, what's going to happen is you're going to die, and that's going to be the end of your life. So this is sort of inviting evolution and the desire to stay alive to come to play here and drive you forward in whatever you're doing. So as a result of that, usually what would happen, these people who would burn the boats, their only option would be, okay, I have to fight these guys and I have to conquer them. And if I don't do that, then my life will end, okay? So how can we apply this to your journey? When you burn the boats, okay, you say, this is what I'm doing. This is my life purpose. I forged a plan to make it manifest it in the real world, and that's my only option. There's nothing to fall back on. There's no plan B. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it, or I'm going to die trying. That's how it's going to be, okay? That's what burning the boats means. So what examples can I provide for you? I can provide an example from my own life. You probably heard about my big transition from working a corporate job to dropping out of that and going to grad school. Now, when you burn the boats, what you would do is you'd say to your employer, I'm never coming back here, don't allow me to come back here, and then you'd be fully immersed in the graduate school experience. I didn't do this. I was not able to burn the boats when I made this transition. So what I did was I left with a leave of absence, which meant that I could go back whenever I wanted to. And because it was so hard for me to go into that less desirable situation that wasn't as comfortable, that didn't have as much money, that didn't have as much free time, that required a lot of effort, I always thought, what am I doing here? I can go back into the easy life, and I had an exit route. I had a plan B. So as a result, I never gave it my all until I sat down and decided, no, I'm not going back there. This is what I'm doing. This is what I decided I'm going to do. And I decided I was going to plow through and make it work no matter what. So once I decided to do that, and once I cut the rope that was tying me towards the place that I came from, such that I had no roots, I was not rooted in my past, such that I was present in the now, in the here and now. After that happened, I was able to engage in the moment. I was able to put my full energy and focus into what was going on and make stuff happen, okay? So that's the power of burning the boats. And an example I'm going to use here is from the movie The Dark Knight Rises, okay? And I think this is the perfect example for what we're talking about, because in that movie, it starts off with Bruce Wayne, Batman. He's completely destroyed. Everything he believed in and fought for is gone. His woman's gone. His role as Batman is gone. And he doesn't have much of a reason to live. He's completely destroyed. He doesn't even care to take care of his body. He doesn't shave. He doesn't even get dressed. He doesn't even make public appearances anymore. And then one day he decides, I gotta save Gotham, okay? He had Bane, who posed a threat, and he said, I gotta come back, I gotta do this. So what happened was, he tried to fight him. At first, he lost, and he was thrown into this pit, this prison, okay? And this is where the idea of faith comes into play. Because in that prison, the prison was designed to destroy your hope, to destroy your faith, to destroy your inclination to hold on and fight and pull yourself out of any situation you're in, okay? That's what it represented, because in that pit, in the movie, he could look up and he had this sky at the top of the pit, because this prison was underground. It was like this huge pit underground, and you could see the sky and the sun resembled hope. And they offer you the opportunity to crawl out of that pit and rise up, hence the movie's name, okay? But the reason why this was designed to destroy your hope and faith is because it was, the climb was designed such that you fail no matter what. So when you fail and fail and fail and continually fail, that eats away at your belief that this can happen, that you can get out, that you can come back, in essence, okay? So as a result, what would happen in this movie, Bruce Wayne, he put together this plan that he was going to do some push-ups, get back his strength, climb out of the pit, come back, and destroy Bane. Because another thing that destroyed his hope was the fact that, he had to watch Bane destroy and torture the city that he wanted to save. He had to watch his dreams die right in front of him on the television, okay? So, what he did was, he said, okay, I'm going to climb out. And he would go to do the climb, put on the little rope, and try to climb out. But every time he did that, regardless of his skills, talents, how dedicated he was to what he was doing, he would fall down every time. He couldn't make the final jump that would allow him to climb out of the pit, to rise up above his current circumstances. Okay? So, what this story teaches us here about faith is that, when he took the rope and wrapped that around his body, he was holding on to something. He was holding on to safety. He didn't truly believe that he could make the jump. Because if he truly believed that he could make it happen, he wouldn't need that rope, because he would make it and there would be no threat. So, when he was trying to make that jump, when he was trying to climb out, trying to make his dreams come to life, he had something that was holding him back. He was tied down. He was not free, okay? And it took going beyond that fear, that anxiety, being tied to your past, being tied to safety, to shed that away and have complete faith. Faith is the operative word again. Complete faith in yourself, your integrity, your abilities to get out of the pit. He had to say, no, I believe I can do this. Don't give me the rope. And climb out of the pit after making that decision. And once he did that, he was able to climb out, rise above his current circumstances, go back to Gotham, and fulfill his dreams, make stuff happen. But what does this teach us here? This teaches us that if you're holding on to the past, if you can't let go and you're not bought in to what you're doing, that you have a second option, you're not going to give it your all. You're not going to be in the situation. You're not going to make stuff happen, okay? When you're in that kind of paradigm, when you have a rope tied around you, it doesn't matter how skilled you are, it doesn't matter where you've been, and it doesn't matter what you're going to do, because you don't believe that you can make it happen. And if you don't believe that you can make it happen, your mind will do whatever it can to prevent you from making it happen. When you don't have full faith in your journey and your plan, you've already decided that you can't make it, okay? Because when you face adversity and you don't believe it's going to happen, why push more? Why push more if you don't believe it's going to happen? If you don't believe that your actions are going to provide something for you, because we're entitled to the action, not the fruits. And if you take action and don't believe stuff will happen, it's not going to happen, right? As I said previously, what did Confucius said? Confucius said that he who thinks he can and he who thinks he can't are both usually right. So if you invest all this time and energy into forging a life purpose and putting together a plan for you to get ahead, believe that you can make it happen. And if you can't live without it, burn the boats. Leave no other option. Quit your job, okay? Cut off all ties of people who don't believe in you, and invest all of your energy, time, into believing that it will happen. Once you do that, once you believe it will happen, and you make the time, and you clear your head, so that you can take your attention, project it into the present moment, take action, and always fight for making your dreams come true, that is when you're going to make it happen, okay? Because what did Yoda say? He said, either do or don't. There is no try. So follow Yoda's advice. Do. Have no hesitation. You're going to do this. You're not going to try. You're going to do it because you believe it's going to happen. And when you do that, your dreams will come alive. So get out there, believe that you can make it happen because you invested this time and energy into your purpose and plan, and just do it. Do not second guess yourself. Do not let anything hold you back. And once you do that, your dreams are going to be right within your grasp.